This is John Cannon, and thanks for joining me again tonight. I want to take a few minutes to show a quick and easy way to make brownies. As I've done in a couple of previous videos, I want to show that baking and cooking is way easier than oftentimes it's made out to be. Okay, so I'm starting off with a recipe that came off of the Nestle tollhouse the Nestle tollhouse cocoa powder mix. And the thing I like about this recipe is, if you look, it's really thick with cocoa, 3/4 cup of cocoa. So to get this started, you can see where I had a teaspoon of cocoa that I'd already dumped in here in preparation for this. But we'll start off with 1 2/3 cup of sugar, and we just dump it straight in the bowl. Then after that, we add the butter. And in this recipe, you actually use melted butter. We just dump it on in. Then after that, we add 2 tablespoons of water. And we will then add 2 teaspoons of vanilla. And as you've seen before, that's about a teaspoon, and that's about a teaspoon. Then the next ingredient. Now you notice I'm not bothering to mix any of this up or anything, as quick as I can. Okay. Now, the next ingredient is flour, and we just dump that right on in. And that is 1 1/3 cup of flour. And then after the flour, we can dump in the cocoa powder. And then after the cocoa powder, we'll dump in the salt. And finally, a 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder. Okay, and then finally, we've got all the ingredients in, so we stir it up. And here we can see the finished product after it's all stirred in. It'll still be grainy. No, you don't have to use a beater for this, although I'm going to scrape down the sides here, make sure we get every bit of the powder mixed in, but there it is. We will set the oven to 350 degrees, and we will let it preheat. So it's super easy. After it's all mixed in, I just take this and we put it in we use cast iron, but certainly you can use a glass baking pan or anything else. After we scrape all the batter out of the bowl, we put it in the pan, and you'll notice this one's a little bit thicker so it doesn't just spread out. In this case, I'll actually spread it out some. Now, it is ready to go in the oven. But our family, we like to put chocolate chips all over the top of it. And so I'm going to add chocolate chips to the top of this and then toss it in the oven. But certainly it can go in the oven right now the way it is. And I typically set it for about 25 minutes of baking time. Good. All right, so we'll put some chocolate chips on it. And then we're going to leave a little bit of space and put some butterscotch chips on the other side here. So now we'll put the butterscotch in, just like that. We will put this in the oven. Top shelf is fine. We set the timer for 25 minutes. We'll pull it out when we can stick a knife in it and it comes out fairly clean. So here we pulled it out of the oven. It took about 28 minutes this time. And to check it, make sure it's done, we'll just stab a knife into it. And you can see the knife comes out sticky, but not gooey. So this means it's perfect. Now some people will tell you it has to come out perfectly clean. They are incorrect. You want gooiness in your brownies. And after it's ready, then it's easy enough to take a piece and drop it on your plate. Grab some milk and chow down. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, hit subscribe and like, and leave me a comment on your favorite brownies.